Hi. Um, I know full well that some people might find me posting this video pretty ridiculous, and I think at some level I think it's ridiculous. And I don't think it's ridiculous when other people do it. I think it's really beautiful when other people do it. But I feel really nervous doing it, and I've wanted to do it all day. Um, and I think it's really important. Um, you know, I'm really disturbed about what I see. And I think it's really important to communicate the fact that I think a lot of us do have a lot in common, but politically, I think that there's something really dangerous happening right now, and I think we've been here before. Um, One of the greatest honors in my life was moving to San Francisco, honestly, um, and becoming so connected to people who fought for the unions, who fought for gay rights, who fought for black rights, and who fought for so many things. But not who are weak. I'm emotional, and I find it so interesting that my tears and the compassion of a politician is seen as weakness. I am really disheartened when I see my heroes, the people I really thought were my heroes sometimes, um, coming at me like, how could I talk about politics? I'm young. They've been involved in this for 40 years. Um, it's really discouraging to me. And I think that it makes a lot of sense, because I think a lot of people are really afraid of what will happen if we have a particular type of candidate. But let me tell you something. If the status quo persists, we will have a Democratic candidate in the White House, and that will be Hillary Clinton. And I was initially for Hillary Clinton. I caucused for her in Iowa in 2008 when I was 17 years old. And it is not sexism, which I've been accused of, that makes me vote and fight for Bernie Sanders. It is my history, my luck, my passion to be connected to the histories of people like Harvey Milk and Harry Britt, who has changed my life. And I had a birthday the other day, and they bought me this book from my friend David. Harry Britt bought me a similar book, or he gave me a similar book, and it connected it to something so important in me, which is that I am from Iowa, I have Republican family, and I have Democratic family or whatever, but most of all, I have a lot of friends and family who think that the rest of this country is dumb. I have a lot of friends in college who just are convinced that this country is dumb, that we are stupid, that we don't know what we're doing. And so we successfully, the establishment successfully, whenever something compassionate or passionate, some sort of fight comes along, we stomp it down to the ground, because we're afraid of losing something really good. The term democratic socialism, by the people, for the people, social security, these things that are so amazing and important to us, we allow big money to tell us that someone is unelectable. But Bernie Sanders is going to win in Iowa. And it's because our generation knows that we are not stupid. We are not convinced that we are stupid anymore. We are divided, but we are becoming unified. And you cannot stop that. Like my friend Harry said, Harry Britt, who is Harvey Milk's successor, said last weekend at a rally for Bernie Sanders in Oakland that had more than 1,000 people, that was planned just days in advance. Once you're Democratic Socialist, you do not go back. Harvey Milk was a socialist. Harry Britt was a socialist. Harry Britt was the first person in California writing domestic partnership laws to protect people. He was a strong advocate for the queer community, and he was an advocate because Harvey Milk was assassinated. His entire political career happened because of a tragic accident. And he fought for his community and did everything he could to do the right thing. Being progressive is not only a privilege to be able to enforce and have the policies and the politics that we need. It's not just a privilege, it is also a necessity. When we are convinced that it is just inevitable that people die on the streets, while the top 10th of 1% is making more and more money than they've ever made, there is a big problem. When we are convinced that we can't be critical of the establishment, that will be called all sorts of names, there's a big issue. Stand up and fight back and have compassion for yourself. You are not dumb. You do not have to be divided, and when we are divided, if you're not in the top 10th of 1%, if you're not in the top 1%, you are being convinced to do something different. Often. If you are feeling the need to attack one another, we can be critical. But Sanders' ideas are not unrealistic. Neither were Harvey Milk's or Martin Luther King's. They were right. And they had a powerful influence. Even if the problems still have persisted, this is the same set of social movements, and these social movements will continually get together. We are powerful, and we are really powerful when we realize that we are the majority. We are the 99%. If you live in Iowa, caucus. You have to caucus. I wish I still lived there. You have to caucus. Make your voice heard, and just allow yourself to be informed. It's not easy, it's not fun, but it's worth it.